Good morning, good afternoon, and or good evening. You are watching Nub's Collection, a YouTube series dedicated to the cataloging and review of every game in my physical media collection. As always, I am your host, Victory Nub, and today we are looking at Baseball Stars, developed and published by SNK and released in July of 1989. So, sports video games specifically, are kind of a mixed bag when it comes to recording video because if you don't really care about the sport, you're probably going to be bored to tears. Even if you do care about the sport, if it wasn't very well represented in the video game, you could come away with what may end up being an extremely boring experience, even if you like the sport. I don't think that's going to be the case today. Baseball Stars is arguably one of the best baseball games ever produced. And that's a loaded statement, of course, because this is one of the only ones that I ever actually owned and played. And more importantly, it's the only one that I know of outside of the modern era where the stats for the players were actively kept and you could actually adjust them. This game actually had an RPG-style system developed in it where you could use skill points that you paid for with money you earned by winning games to upgrade the stats for your players. And that's always been an interesting characteristic of this game and probably one of the reasons why it was such a successful game. I believe they released something like 5 different sequels for this particular game. This is the only one I ever owned, but as far as I know, they had a sequel that was released in the US, possibly 2, and I think in other territories they might have had multiple releases for this game. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the story setup for this particular one. Yes, there is a story in the instruction manual. Very short, though. No name for the section. It's just at the very beginning of the controller layout. Player, manager, owner. You can do it all in Baseball Stars. Make your own teams and leagues. Hire, fire, and trade players. Develop your players from inexperienced rookies into veteran pitchers and hitters. Play against a friend or the computer. You'll never have to worry about being rained out again. There it is, short and sweet. All right, let's go ahead and get back to the main menu. This is just a demo video playing here. So, interesting to point out, that picture in the middle bottom there, if that isn't Lou Gehrig, I don't know who that is. But the little symbol on his head says an S, probably to avoid any kind of copyright infringement. But that's definitely Lou Gehrig. And I'll put a picture up later to prove it. I know it is. So, as I said in the setup for the game, the story setup, there's a whole lot of options that you can do in the game. You can make teams, you can hire and fire players, you can adjust the stats for the players, as I was saying earlier. And the most important part is you can just use one of the pre-selected or pre-built teams, and there's one that's better than all the others. And let's go ahead and pick it if I can get it to go. Oh, wait. No. I don't want to do that. No. How do I go back? Can I go back? I guess not. See standings? I don't. Okay, so there we go. All right, I know I'd figure it out eventually. I guess. Oh, that's right. I adjusted the controls between episodes because I'm using a Retron controller, and the way they had it laid out was it's supposed to mimic a Super Nintendo controller, so the buttons are laid out in that kind of diamond shape where the Y button is on the far left, the X is on the top, the A is on the right, and the B is on bottom. A and B are active buttons by default for the NES games, which is terrible because you have to hold your hand in a weird claw-like shape. I'll probably put another picture to show what I'm talking about, which is not comfortable. And it turns out you can remap the controls, and I definitely did that so that the buttons that are active now are Y and B, because I'm a human being, not a space alien. I swear. I am human. All right, let's do one player. The loaded team, and I can't remember if I made a team in here or not, but the loaded team in this game is actually the American Dreams. They are comprised of players that had stats that are supposed to mimic those of actual baseball players. I think there's one for multiple players. Babe Ruth is in there, I believe. Lou Gehrig, Sandy Koufax, a whole bunch of people. And this game was unique in the sense that it was, I don't know if it was the first one that ever did this, but it was certainly different in the sense that there were teams and you could actually purchase players that were female. And that's what the LL there is the ladies team. I don't remember what the letters stand for, but we'll do that team. And yeah, sure, we'll do that team. So American Dreams versus the Brave Warriors. Obviously these, yeah, see, there you go. So this is my team. You got Pete Rose, Babe Ruth. That's probably Joe DiMaggio, Hank Aaron. Yeah, so a whole bunch of players that were based on actual MLB players. Go ahead, that's fine. Yeah, I don't care. Alright, so I am up to bat at first. Oh! Oh, go, 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 go! That's a home run. Did I say this team was loaded? Oh, that was a late swing, too. I don't know how that got out of here. Nice. It's got to be at least a single. I could probably tease the enemy and see if I can't get him to let me steal base, but I'm not going to do it. Uh-oh, that may be an out. No, babe, 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 go back, go back, go back! Oh, whew. You're not a fast runner, babe. Get back. I'm gonna get back in the box. I want time to react. Oh. Hey, you can see in the bottom left there the stats. Oh, that was just a bad choice. The batting average for these players are all very high. And I think that's another out. You better go back, babe. Oh, that's a home run. Oh, I am cleaning up. I believe this game has a mercy rule where if you go over a certain number of runs over the opposing team, they actually just call the game and you win automatically. Oh, come on. All right, come on. So yeah, in the middle of your swing, you can let go of the button and it will keep the... Oh, that's an out. It'll keep you from swinging at a bad pitch. It's a nice touch. I don't know if they ever put that in any other game. At least on the Nintendo. I'm sure in modern games they have that option. Alright, let's move back in the box. Oh, come on. Oh! I should have known better. There is a sound that plays when the ball... There we go. Oh, that's out. That's an out. Shoot. Say this, the music really gets after it in this game. So there's obviously no time limit on how long you can take to throw a pitch, so I'm going to take a second here and take a drink. This is a beer league after all. And that'll give me some time to do a little bit of setup for a couple of the topics I want to go over today because, again, baseball can be a very boring sport if you don't care. So the first story I wanted to tell is about the fact that when I was a kid, I did play in Little League. I think by law, all kids, male kids, were required when they were young to actually play Little League. I think it's still a law. I think they actually softened the rules so that you could actually play like soccer or football, but you had to participate in Little League or they'd put your parents in jail. Anyway, I played in Little League for, I think it was 4 seasons. I remember being a member of the Yellow Jackets, the Mohawks, the Cougars, and the Vikings. Unfortunately, I was never any good. Part of that was the fact that I couldn't see. And that's something that I didn't know anything about. My parents didn't know anything about. No one did. I mean, I played for 4 different teams as a kid, and not a single one of them could figure out why I couldn't hit a baseball to save my life. And if the ball was on a tee, and I think it was when I was playing with the Yellow Jackets, that was T-ball because I was too young to actually see or react to a pitch. I think that's how they do that. But Throw to first. There you go. Yeah, I couldn't hit a baseball. I just couldn't. I don't know if it was because I couldn't see the ball until it was too late to swing, or because of my inability to see the ball. I got kind of like gun shy. Didn't want to get hit by a baseball by accident swinging my bat or what, but I think in all the years that I played, I only remember ever hitting the baseball one time that didn't automatically result in an out. So, as you can tell, that made me a very good player. Uh-oh. That may be a run. Throw to third! That's not gonna make it. Oh, no. Oh, no! Got it first! Second! Oh! Don't want to try? Try to run? Yeah, I didn't think so. Unfortunately, that meant that by the time that anyone had ever actually figured it out that I couldn't see and that I needed corrective lenses, I had lost my taste for playing in the sport because I figured, well, I'm not any good. I don't want to keep doing this. Oh, that was a bad slide. Oh, where's my guy? Oh, you dummy. I think we know who Babe Ruth is. Ah, good lord. He legged that out into a triple because my idiot center fielder was way out in the middle of nowhere. Not doing any favors for Sandy's stats at this point. Oh, look at that slow strike. Come on. We need a slow pitch here. Not like that. Something. Inside. Ah, I hit it. Not that far inside. I'm gonna set something up that curls way out. Way out. We're gonna pitch from here and see if I can't pull it way off to the outside. Now, a little bit too far outside. But it did get him to step in. And that's an out. Whoa, crap, that wasn't an out. Bad throw to first. Come on, the ball bounced on the ground. We'll do that again. Let's see if we can't set him up to, yeah, get it nice and close to the box. Hey, look at that. Do one more. All right. Brush him back. And then we're gonna do a nice slow pitch right down the center. See ya! Alright, so I'm back up to bat. Wish I knew every single one of these players, but I don't know who Jax is. Ah, that's an out. Or is it? Or is it? Oh, it's an out. Alright, let's get back in the box here. This game obviously was produced back in the days when everyone had to bat. This ain't no American League wusses. Oh. I'll be honest, Pete Rose played at a time before I was old enough to actually know anything about his batting stance, but I don't think he bent fully over at the waist, so the accuracy of this game's batting stances is a little bit suspect. Also, it looks like all of these players need to run a couple laps before the start of the game because they're all fat. Let's do this again. Nice! Look at that. Gonna throw one right down the front of him. There you go. Let's do that again. Worked so good the first time. Ow. Where's my guy? There you are. Ow! So yeah, the sport of baseball is the reason why I know that I have to wear corrective lenses to see. And that's something that we didn't find out until, oh lord, 2-3 years after I had stopped playing baseball. So who knows what kind of trajectory my professional sport career might have taken if I had ever had any idea that I could see better if I had a pair of glasses on. I'm not saying that I would have been the next Babe Ruth, but maybe I would have been the next Babe Ruth. Who knows? I will say that the few times I've actually tried to swing a baseball bat when I could actually see the baseball while it was coming over, I've done very well. Oh, 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 whoa, come on. That was a bad slide. Yeah. Don't you go nowhere, idiot. Let's set him up something slow. Oh. Oh! Oh, no, that wasn't what I was supposed to do. I think I just threw it a second. No, I threw the first. What are you doing, dummy? Yeah, so if you, depending on the direction you hold on the D-pad when you throw the ball, he'll actually throw to the corresponding base. So if you press right, he throws the first. Left, he throws the third. Up, second, and down, home. I guess I hit right while I was running that ball down before I threw it. Oh, look at that. Come on. Something fast. There we go. Uh-oh. Wow, it's only the second inning, and Sandy's starting to look gassed. Where are... My center fielder is a moron. What are you doing? This game. I think if there's one complaint that I have always had about sports games in general, it's that I never feel like I'm fully in control of what's happening. Ever. This game is especially bad because I never feel like I know where the player that should be responding to the baseball is when I actually can see where the ball went. And come. Oh, he's starting to get gassed. I think after this batter, I'm going to have to pull him, put in a relief pitcher. Man, that 59 miles an hour. I think I could have hit that. All right, how do I... Which button is it? There we go. Relief pitcher. I feel like they're telling me which one I need to go with. Let's go with Cy Young. I would say, though, that I guess since Sandy Koufax, I could speak, Jesus, had such a short career, that's probably pretty accurate. He was outstanding for an inning. Oh, sucker! Caught him trying to run between the bases, but of course now we're down by 3. So I need to crack a couple more out of the park. I like that. Oh, good lord. There seems to be a curve in this game, and the curve is the opposing team on computer is terrible in the first inning, and then they figure it all out. Although I will say, no matter who wins this game, I win the better looking uniform, because that purple on purple is just not doing them any favors. Yikes. Oh, we're gonna have to sit through another inning of this garbage. So the unfortunate thing about where I lived and the fact that... Are you gonna catch it? Are you gonna catch it? There you go. The unfortunate thing about the place I lived and the sport of baseball, which, yeah, I played as a kid, was that there wasn't really a team for me to root for, like a professional team for me to root for, because there was no team. I live in Northern Virginia. There was no team in Washington at that time. The Washington Senators, the original club that started out in D.C., played there until, I believe it was the 1940s, and then they ended up moving to Minnesota and becoming the Twins. Then another team came in the 60s, and they ended up leaving, I believe, in the 70s, and went to Texas and became the Rangers. And after that team left, there was no other club for another however many years. That would have been 30 years. The team that's here now, the Washington Nationals, the former Montreal Expos, got here in 2005. So I was, an adult by the time I had a chance to actually see a local professional baseball team play. It turns out that I am now a fan. At the time I got out of college, I didn't really care much about sports at that point in time. My interest was purely video games, for which I have no regrets. This is a terrible center fielder. That must be Babe Ruth. I think you could tell in the stats. I just didn't look. Oh, good Lord, they legged it into a triple. This team is legendary at doing triples, apparently. As long as they hit to center field, they're gonna score. I'm gonna run up against the mercy rule. Throw! You dingus! He held the ball, was like, I caught it! The good news for anyone who keeps track of baseball and is familiar with this, of course, the Washington Nationals won the World Series in 2019. Thankfully, that happened before... That's an out. Good Lord. My team is falling apart. They were so good at the beginning of the game, and now they can't do anything. That's an out. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose in the fourth. They're just gonna call the game. Oh, come on. So I was fortunate enough to be able to actually go to the World Series. I didn't go to all 7 games. Unfortunately, I'm not made of money, and baseball tickets for playoff games are exceedingly expensive. But I had a friend who had a friend that had a bunch of extra tickets that he wasn't going to use, and he was willing to sell them to me and my father for a far more generous price than he had any reason or cause to. Guy didn't know me. I didn't know him. We just had a mutual friend, and he knew that it meant a lot to me to be able to not just see the World Series, but also to take my dad to see it, because this was, of course, the first World Series that a team in Washington had played in 95 years. And more importantly, for this particular franchise, the one that started out in Montreal and then moved to Washington, was the first World Series it had ever played in, period. It's a confusing stat when you try to explain to people. They don't really get it if they don't follow the sport. How is it that a team had never played in the World Series, and yet the team had also won one 95 years ago? Well, it's a different franchise. That's how. But anyway, we got to go see the first home World Series game that the Washington Nationals had ever played. And that's something that, I would never be able to thank the guy who sold me the tickets enough for that. He didn't have to sell them to me, but he did, and I got to take my dad to that game. Unfortunately, he was feeling a little under the weather that day, so his enjoyment of the experience may have been soured by the fact that he was not too healthy at that point. I'm not saying he's dead or anything. That's morbid. No, he... Get it. There you go. But, yeah, the unfortunate part about the game is that they didn't win. And more importantly, no home team actually won during that World Series. Every single win in all 7 games was actually on the road. Which is kind of a bummer, because it meant that you had to appreciate the game on TV instead of actually getting to experience it live if you wanted to see your favorite team win, because you have to be stupid rich or have a lot of money saved in order to go see a road game in the World Series. Especially because, and I don't know if they do this in baseball, but a lot of franchises will only sell tickets if you are registered with a local zip code when you make the ticket purchase. Oh, come on. Go, 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 go! It's not going to make it out, is it? Hey, home run! Oh, is that another one? I'll take back-to-back home runs. Let's knock it out of here. Yep. I mean, that ball basically would have leveled that. Oh, come on! You dummy! Throw it to second. Come on. No. Don't relay it. Second base. I got it! Not yet. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, God. Oh, this is embarrassing. That guy could have slid for it at the very least. Oh, come on! You doofus! Oh, jeez. Oh, come on! You could have jumped for that, doofus. And that's another run. Good lord. And why not? He made it to second. I'm gonna go to third. My guys aren't fast enough at throwing to stop you. I don't know what to do with this. I've never caught a baseball before in my life. Oh, in addition to being terrible at batting, I was also horrible at fielding the ball because, of course, you still have to be able to see the ball to know where it's going when it gets hit. And I couldn't even do that, so... I was the player that everyone didn't want on their team. This would be a really good time for a home run. The ball has to go the other way, Willie. Oh, come on. Oh, that could be a run. That could be a run. What are you doing? Stop standing there. My guys aren't moving. Oh, God. Oh, no. Does it got it? Legs? Go! Oh! Was that a grand slam? I think that was a grand slam. It sure was. Ooh, just foul. Alright, so the game's not completely out of reach. It's mostly out of reach. Come on, give me something to hit. By the way, if you bat like this, your back has got to be completely destroyed. I mean, you're basically like tying your shoes for an entire at-bat in that stance. That's an out. What are you doing? Come on, Pete. You better get this. Right up the middle. Very good. Oh, he's still got some power. I just need to hit it within the lines. Come on. That's it. That's a home run. I'll take a drink for that. I'll say this. Even if we're not at home, because those colors for the pennants flying over the stadium look like we're definitely on the road. We're definitely giving everyone their money's worth. Especially with a performance like this. Look at that. I've hit, what, 5 home runs at this point? I did say this is the ringer team, right? Where everyone on the team is, like, OP. 46 home runs in, I think, this season alone for Hank Aaron. Nope. Didn't make it. Didn't have the legs. It's a lot closer than it was for those middle innings there. Early, whatever it was. Shoot. Get the ball! What are you doing? I think I know where all the points for the stats for the outfielders went. It's all in the batting. It's none of those points were put into fielding. You do have, I think it's 6 stats that you can disperse your points between for fielding and 2 for batting. Something like that. But, yeah, clearly this team was built for batting and nothing else. It does have 2 good pitchers. Going right down the middle, nice and slow. There has got to be a jumping button, and I'm just not hitting it. There we go. At least I cut off the guy at first. Something inside. There we go. Get him scared. That's the ticket. And do another slow one right inside. There you go, sit down. Ugh, I'm gonna have to go to another pitcher before the end of this game. Back in the days of openers and closers. Hey! I don't think there was ever a time when they had openers and closers. I think back in the day, the pitchers would pitch every other day. How is this team so good at triples? I swear, if the ball gets into the outfield, they're going to get at least 1 run in and probably a guy over to third base. This guy's gassed already. I think I know what's happening, and I'm an idiot for continuing to do this, but when you pitch, you press up or down on the D-pad while you're throwing the ball to control the speed of it. And I have just been hammering away with speed the entire game, so I'm just burning my guys out. Let's go ahead and go to a relief pitcher again. Let's go to frag. Nope. Alright. Come on. Oh, you want to run? Come on, run. Dummy. That's another run. Oh, it isn't. Finally. Uh-oh. What was that? Ugly pitch. Come on, man. That was just... I don't know what I was doing there. Oh, what a dumb hit. He hit him in the nuts! I still think that the sport could be enhanced if you were allowed to tackle players while they're running the base path, but I don't know how that would be worked into the game. Oh, come on. Willie, you're better than this. Maybe you just make it like either team is allowed to tackle. I mean, you could sacrifice getting to base as the runner if you're trying to put someone over and you're allowed to tackle the player who's trying to make a play on you. I think it would make it a more interesting sport. I don't know if it would be a fair sport. I think we're going to go until either I get absolutely blown out or the game just ends. Fortunately, these defensive portions of the game where I'm actually pitching have not been going great. Because the game is good. I should have set up a bad team before I start playing, just to give myself some padding. Make it look like I'm better at this game than I am. Oh, come on! I was almost there. Throw to third. Thank you. I don't want any more. You idiot. Just wanted to scare him a little bit, you know. Let him know what's coming if he gets too close. So we can blow right past him. Go! Nope. Come on, get back there, get back there, get back there. You got this. There we go. Wanna try to run on me? Ah! He slid the wrong way! Ah, boy. That's an... Ah! Why didn't you jump? Oh, why do I gotta do everything myself? This is just brutal. Brush him back. Seems the key to my winning strategy is to brush this guy back as much as possible before I put one over the outside corner. I'm not gonna get it. Nope. The outfielders seem to have an arm, just no one on the infield. Give him the gas right here. I have no gas left. I'm gasless. All right, 2 more innings and then the pain will be no more. Oh, what a terrible swing. That guy tried to hit me. Can I throw the bat down and charge him? You're trying to be cute. Just put one over the base, dummy. Oh, no. The batter is a pitcher, and the pitcher is no good! Oh, come on. Ow! He tricked me on that. I thought the ball was definitely coming inside, and then he curled it back in. That's... I'm on first. Good. Alright. Come on, babe. Crush one. There's no way he's only had 12 home runs this year. There's just no way. I don't believe that. Alright, since you're starting to look like you're worn out too, I'm gonna have nobody to pitch in the next game. Hey, finally made a play. I'm still sending him down to the minors at the end of the year, but you got something, kid. There we go. Brush him back a little more. Put one over the outside. And a nice slow curl in to finish this off. Look at that, sucker. I'd like to say this is like playing chess, but of course, in chess, you don't get to hit the pieces. At least, not the chess I played as a kid. I say that like I ever played chess in my entire life. I've never played chess. I thought the pieces looked cool. That was about it. just want to keep them guessing. Let's throw one nice and tight inside. There we go. It is the last inning. And unfortunately, this is my last chance to win. I'll stay in. Oh, no. Come on. Hank, you better do something. Drop in, drop in, drop in, drop in. There you go. Go for two, go for two, go for two, go for two. I got two. I got two. Leg it out, leg it out, leg it out. There you go, buddy. That may be the first double I've hit all game. It's either home runs or singles. That was it. Ah, good lord. Oh! Oh! No! What are you doing, dingus? I could have gotten a run over to home plate, but I don't know what the... Why wasn't he standing on the plate? That's a run. There we go. Give me a heart attack. That was a strike. The ball never touched the plate. Throw the bat down. Argue with the ump. Oh, crap. All right, Jax, it's all on you, buddy. I like that. I think the ump's trying to signal that he's bored with the game and just wants to go home, so he's starting to call crap. Nah, it's over. I lost. Oh, boy. All right, so I think that's going to do it for our look at baseball starts, because I don't know if I can endure another game. I think it would probably go smoother if I was playing against another human player. Unfortunately, yeah, look at that. I had like 6 home runs. Unfortunately, the computer seems to be turned up to 1,000, and it doesn't make it terribly fun to play against if they can field everything almost unerringly, and you can't see the ball until it's too late to respond. But that would probably be something I need to put in the review phase, but let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the good, the bad, and the ugly. And there's the way they determine the money you get at the end of the year, but this was an exhibition game, so we got nothing. By the way, $34,000 for a regular season game would be outstanding most days. But anyway, let's go ahead and do the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is, as I said, there is an RPG system to the game that allows you to bump up player stats depending on how you want to build your team. You can make teams that are really good at fielding if you're really weird and just don't want to hit. You can buy all-star talent. They actually have rankings. I think it's like rookie, veteran, and all-star, something like that. And you, like I said, can adjust their stats by money that you earn by winning games. You can either use a pre-built one or you can build a team of your own. But that's kind of the fun of this game, is there was a carryover effect between each game that you played during a league year. And you could make teams better and better until eventually you had one that could compete in the championship, presumably. I was never any good at it. And unfortunately, playing against the computer is a really good way to dissuade you from ever playing this game again. You really needed to play it against another player. But that is in the bad. The bad, of course, being that the game cranked up the difficulty level of the computer to unreasonable levels. They seemed to be able to hit everything I threw, and if I just did nothing but gas the entire time I was pitching, you saw I burn through 4 pitchers. That's unrealistic. Pitchers would not be gassed after 2 innings. Poor Sandy Koufax. That is not a good look for him. They really needed to turn that down some. Even if it is a good team, you should have a more competitive game between the two. And I got blown out by like 7 runs. The score was 12-19. That's just not in the realm of reality in today's baseball. Even in the 80s, I don't think that would have been realistic when this game came out. And as far as the ugly is concerned, while one was a statistical or a design choice, and the other one was a gameplay choice, the design choice, that weird purple outfit that the other team was wearing, purple on purple, who thought that was a good look? I realized there are only so many colors you can use on the Nintendo at one time, but boy, that was a choice. Not a great one, but the gameplay choice, I really think the camera needed to be pulled back more so that when a ball got hit out of the infield, you had time to see who was nearest to making a play on the ball and put them in position. And half the time, if the ball went into the outfield, I had no idea where my guy was. So I made plays that should have been either singles or at worst doubles into triples or straight up in the park home runs. And that's embarrassing. That's not a good look. I really wish they had found a better way to do it than what they did. But anyway, let's go ahead and give this a review score. We do our review scores, of course, in Randars, 1 to 10. I will say that although I didn't get to play this against a human player, I won't dock it points for how I went up against the computer, because I do think there was a good design to this game, and unfortunately we couldn't see it unless we had a second player. I won't discount the possibility that I have someone over here and just do one quick game to play it in Versus someday, just to give this a better shake. But I'm going to give this game 6. I'm going to give this 6 Randars. The RPG elements are fun. But again, the outfield play, the fact that your pitchers seem to get gassed way too quickly, and the computer, I said I wasn't going to dock it, but I really do need to. The computer is too damn good. I was playing a team built of like legendary all-star players in the history of the sport, and some of them acted like they had never touched a baseball in their entire life. If it got hit to them, what do I do with this? Throw it, you dingus. If you caught it, put it in play. But yeah, I think the fun of the game is diminished by the fact that it is next to impossible to field the ball once it gets hit out of the infield, because you don't know where your players are. And that has to detract from my score, ultimately. So 6 Randars, I think, is a fair score. But that's going to do it for this week's episode of Nubs Collection. As always, I do appreciate each of you watching, and I will see you next time.